So, next is at your first tournament, you have the choice, and this should help your stress levels. You're going to be what's called novice, unless you choose to be varsity. Novice means you're only going against other brand new debaters. We're not going to throw you to the wolves yet. You don't have to go against third-year Eastmont debaters who have gone to like 12 tournaments. So, if you do come to the April 30th tournament, then you would be varsity. But people at their first tournament are allowed to choose to be only competing against other novice kids, which means your opponents are not that hard yet. And if nothing else, you can look forward to the party. We have pretty insane parties in debate because we work really hard. That we will have a party after each tournament. And one year they brought Sprite and Pixie Sticks and made like weird Kool-Aid, and everyone was so hopped up on sugar, and when they went to their next class period, they were just insane. And then they dared me to drink a bunch, and the rest of the day I taught like a crazy person, like, hey guys, want to learn some creative writing? And it was just funny, but our parties usually are really worth it. So, also, one motivating thing in debate, there are kids like Pink Suit Boy, his name is Ollie Polson, who get so famous that they just constantly win all the time, that they start high school and people already know them. They basically kind of have celebrity status, and that's kind of cool. So I do also really like debate and debate tournaments because all of it is such real life skills. Even if you don't win, you are becoming a better human, straight up. You're going to be learning stuff like how to think, how to listen, how to speak, public speaking, learning how to do critical thinking, all of these things that in real life, people will want to hire you. People will want you to be on their team. People will want you in their like school because you've got these really important real life skills. So, this is one of your questions on your notes. Sorry, I'm trying to look, but I'm blind from far away. It says, so number 4 was which tournament are you required to compete at, which is April 2nd. And then this is number 5, the most healthy debate attitude that will make your debate experience better, easier, and more enjoyable is this. If you have the attitude of, I want to do this, that's the answer. Attitude of I want to, not I have to. Kids who treat debate, which is rare, but there's usually like 1 or 2 kids who are like, okay, I have to do this. You're not going to have very much fun. You won't learn very much. The whole thing will kind of feel painful if you have the attitude of I have to. But if you have the attitude of I want to, I'm going to destroy eSmart. This is going to be awesome. I'm learning all these real life skills. Not only will time go faster, you will have a better time. It will be more enjoyable. You'll learn more. And it's your attitude. I can't force you to have that attitude, right? But if you choose to approach it with, I want to, that's the biggest thing. So I know that Class Dojo is more of an elementary school thing, but the idea behind this kind of silly video is legit. So this is the last thing, and then we're going to switch gears, okay? You should be finishing up those notes, because we're done at this point, and turning it in.
Chapter 1. Mojo discovers a secret about his brain. A secret that will change the way he looks at the world forever.
Will you give everyone a pair
Our
of
story begins with Mojo,
can?
a friendly monster who loved school, especially math. Until one day, when something terrible happened. The math problems got harder. Nothing made sense anymore. Mojo had a devastating thought. He just wasn't smart enough for school. It seemed the only reasonable thing to do was pack his things and leave forever. Just then, he heard his friend Katie laughing.
Bella is passing out a pair of headphones to everyone because of the next thing we're going to do, so for right now, just ignore them.
Mojo, you can't just give up, she said. I have no choice, Katie, said Mojo. You're either born smart, or you're not. And I realize today that I'm not. Mojo, that's not how it works, said Katie. Anyone can be smart, you just have to work at it. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard, said Mojo. It's not ridiculous, it's science, said Katie. Neuroscientists studied the brain for years and discovered an incredible secret, that your brain is like a muscle. When you try challenging things, like those hard math problems, You're giving your brain the exercise it needs to get stronger, which makes you smarter. Ooh, is that really true? Said Mojo. Of course, said Katie. It's like how when you were a baby, you didn't know how to talk. But you kept trying, exercising your brain, until one day you could. Mojo! Mojo couldn't believe what he was hearing. If your brain was really like a muscle, did that mean anyone could become smarter? Even him? He turned to ask Katie, but just then, she had to be off to her next class. But maybe you can answer Mojo's question. What do you think?
Okay, so, when it comes to being successful in debate, which in my mind, winning a trophy does not actually mean the most success. In my mind, being the most successful is who learned the most real life skills that they get to use the rest of their life. And so, when it comes to that, everyone focus on me for a second. I think that debate tournaments work for everybody if you choose to care and you choose to work hard. Straight up. And this is a real life story, and it's a little bit embarrassing for me to admit, but it goes along on this idea. I get some kids who are nervous because they think, well, I don't know if I'm that smart, so I'm not going to do well at a debate. When I was in 8th grade, I went from being a straight A student to I failed math, like straight up got an F, and it was a big deal for me. I had never failed anything, definitely had never failed a class before, and it was really, really hard for me. And I learned that even though I wasn't naturally good at math, I was able to succeed because I chose to really, 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 really try hard. So for the rest, from 8th grade math all the way through college, it was never, ever, ever easy for me. I had to work on my homework like twice as long as my siblings, but because I chose to not give up and to really, 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 really try, then I was able to succeed. And that's a lot of how debate is as well. So it will work for you if you choose to work hard. Okay, everyone. Let's go ahead and everyone get to this assignment next. So this is completely different